Hello and welcome back, boys. Long time no see. And today we will actually be coming back for a little bit for the Turtle WoW. I'm just watching the new trailer and not gonna lie, there's a lot of cool stuff coming in. And as always on Turtle, not only for endgame but also for leveling. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a big fan of leveling. While also seeing all those like endgame raids, new bosses and stuff do tempt me a little bit to finally get to level 60 and experience some of it. So I don't know, I think I just followed my hunch and decided to try it out once again. I think it looks cool. Like always, Turtle just expands things that were already in some way in original vanilla, or just expands the fantasy that fits. Like, look at this freaking canyon, this looks so good. Frostmane Hollow, like the Ragefire Chasm version for Alliance, which is kind of cool, I think. Like, the earliest we can go to the dungeons, the better. Classic Zone update, Ashara. This was a zone that lacked quite a bit of stuff, so definitely happy about this. New challenge. You gain experience only from orange or red. Yeah, for people that like things like that. Definitely worth trying out, that's for sure. New gear, which is kind of standard stuff already. From the custom things that Turtle makes, and the new overall overhauls to the classes. Survival looks pretty cool. To be fair, I wasn't a big fan of tents overall. You know, that was just a simple XP boost that this pretty much required from you to stand still for a pretty long time. So those changes are pretty well made for me. A lot of new stuff for PvP, so that could be exciting as well. Like, I don't know, this looks really cool. I also watched the previous trailer, 20th March, so we still got like 8 days. Of course, I've seen the previous trailers as well. And I have to admit that it was also cool, but not to such an extent, at least not for me, so... How can I trust Turtle WoW won't hack my PC? Oh man, come on. Like, if you even consider playing on private servers, you have to be kinda okay with it. I mean, who would want to have your data probably, and to use for what? I mean, private servers are out for such a long time that I guess most of us don't really care about things like that, and if you do have at least some kind of standard firewalls and things like that, you should be kind of safe. So I don't know, up to you, mate. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, got kind of excited with all the new announcements, and yeah, decided to come back and try it out once again. I don't know, man. Look at how many people are actually playing the realm, and nobody ever said anything and about losing anything from such things, so I wouldn't care as much. But yeah, guys, this is the worst part of coming in here. We have to choose a freaking character. You know what? And my plan was actually, because the new content is coming out soon, I wanted to make this playthrough, so I mostly stick to the zones and do stuff that's only new and made by Turtle. So, you know, we only would, for example, do standard classic quests only to, like, you know, get some levels and to be able to actually get to the content and level range. What the hell is this? Like, straight up. This is probably because I'm AFKing too long at the loading screen. That was usually the case. So yeah, if I would actually follow this, I would have to choose either High Elves or Goblins. Goblins is a race that I absolutely despise. I mean, I don't have anything against them in the open world, but I never would like to play one, so that's out of question straight up. High Elves, to be fair, not really a big fan of Blood Elves that much. I mean, overall, elven aesthetics, let's say. I feel that the animation, combat animation, and running animation, all that kind of stuff is kind of clunky, especially on the male models. So that's kind of, you know, females are... Not sure. I mean, it also depends on the class, but like I said, I don't really like the animations of this race, to be fair. So I'm that's kind of bad for me as well, although I know that there are plenty of changes to the normal starter zones as well, so maybe I could actually choose... Holy shit, Night Elves have black hair? That's the very first time I see it, man. Pretty crazy. But yeah, I could probably just go with some other race and, you know, see what's happening, what has changed in those starter zones as well. The matter of the fact is that I have absolutely no idea what class I want to play still, so... Yeah, I mean, the passives are probably quite good, especially that I also considered playing a rogue. But like I said, the animations are so freaking awful in my opinion. Just crazy bad. And yeah, like meditation stuff. To be fair, I don't actually consider any casters. Like, I'm a melee guy, you know? If I can, I prefer to smack things like up front, so... I was actually considering, of course, warrior, rogue. Paladin is out of question. I did try it out sometime on Turtle. Kinda liked it, but after playing Paladin on Epoch, I don't know, I prefer the other version pretty much, so... Don't really want to try that on Turtle. I heard that Melee Hunter is a lot of fun, but I'm not that much big fan of hunters due to pet management, stuff like that. And actually leveling to level 10 is absolute misery on hunters, so yeah. Hey guys, thanks for joining. I'm good. We're starting new journey on Turtle. We're gonna see how far I can go this time around. Hopefully I can check out some new stuff with upcoming patch, so yeah. So I'm actually considering, you know what, after just looking, you know, I haven't been diving that much deep into the changes or upcoming changes to the classes, but I've seen, based off of the talent calculator, that druids are actually pretty damn fun on Turtle. Like, ferals had so many good things like energy regen, bleed support finally, so definitely looks cool. Rogues are kind of cool, are kind of fun in my opinion, due to the fact that they gave assassination like a true form of playstyle on Turtle, and that you basically have a Blade Flurry baseline up from level 30. Warrior is great in my opinion on Turtle as well, because I always loved the slam playstyle, and on Turtle you can play freely with that two-hander, and just because slam doesn't interrupt your auto attacks, therefore you can just slap and then just, you know, carry on with the auto attack, so that would be great. Hey there, Alias, yo man. Thank you for the kind words, man. Appreciate it. Welcome on the stream, bro. Hope you can enjoy some time with us. So I don't know, guys, do you have any absolute, not absolute, but any knowledge how does like the meta look on Turtle? I know because I'm not really like a meta slave or anything like that, but if like the difference between one DPS is pretty massive, like for example taking a rogue is best in slot and I would for example take a druid instead, does it mean that I'm absolutely useless as feral, or I'm just bound to tanking? Although to be fair, I was actually considering playing all the content as a tank mainly. You know, because I've always focused mostly on the DPS specs, so picking up a tank would actually be pretty cool, I think. And you know, like going into the raids and new dungeons with a tanking role. This is actually not a bad idea, I think. Especially the druid is quite versatile, so I can always change my role. So I think that would actually be quite good. And the best thing is that if I pick a druid, I can always just go straight up to the boat, go to the Thalassian Highlands, therefore I would still complete like the starting zones. Of course, the massive disadvantage is that there are no trainers over there, so that could be problematic, but still. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the druid. Yeah, I mean, leveling as a druid is always great, there's no doubt about it, and with the changes it looks even better. I mean, more like, you know, in the dungeons. But the good thing is that people have said, from what I read, and seen on the internet, Reddit, stuff like that, that the community is not so toxic. So even if you don't play like a meta spec or something, you will still find a place in the group. So yeah, I'm going with the druid. Holy shit, that looks kind of cool, like a dark elf. Huh, that's kind of funny. Oh, the big question is, are there like any new forms for druids on Turtle? Or do we use standard classic ones? That's a good question, not gonna lie. Man, I do really like this skin color. Kind of funky. Like a dark elf. Oh, they have added like new hairstyle and stuff. That's pretty good. Like let's take standard blue, pink even. Yeah, and the white silver like dark elf. This looks amazing, to be fair. Oh, Boom King has astral projection shop. That's actually good. What about the other shapeshifts? Are there like any new forms or stuff? That could actually be quite good. Venaris looks pretty damn cool. Man, if I could create like a rogue, the male version would be like Dritz Do Urden. Yeah, but I decided, let's go with the druid this time around. What about add-ons? Atlas loot, immersive dialogue, I don't need, the rest should be fine. I think that I had my UI set up already some time ago. Alpha Silverhead Gnome Warrior. No, dude, you know what? When Bronzebeard actually released, I decided that I have never played a gnome before. And you know what? I never actually finished that character because playing... what the hell? Playing a gnome was actually absolutely awful. I hated it. Okay, at least my UI is fully set up. Ready to go, so that's very, very good to hear. Okay, stuff is ready. Let's see what's the population at the moment. 5,000. Strong and steady still. That's good to hear. There's a new patch coming out. No man, I did try out hardcore a couple of times already and didn't go that far. So I decided to not do it this time around. Holy shit, I completely forgot that druids have absolute mana issues early on. I don't have an add-on of auto looting. I believe that some of them were actually gave. Wait a minute. PFUI. PFUI doesn't have it. There was like this. Wait a minute. Fashion. Oh yeah, dude, you're right. I would have to go for the launcher. That's right. Skins, maybe? Race changes. Glyphs. Oh, Glyph of Ice Bear. Okay, that's Frost Saber. Oh, that's actually great. I would definitely would be a frost. I don't know how, but I do have 50 coins in here. Probably last time when I was playing here, I did post some videos on Discord. Maybe I did. Slow and steady is 200 point at 60. Yeah, maybe next time around. No, I do want to experience the patch, but I think that ultimately slow and steady would kill me. Would kill my passion, you know. Well, I always wanted to be a little bit transparent about something, because if you are following me for a while, maybe, you probably have seen on the channel that I did start like a couple of series already, especially like leveling series and stuff, but never actually did finish them. And you know, the thing is that there are like 3 factors that has to be taken into consideration to be able to continue playing things like that. One, of course, is having fun yourself. So if the server is cool, if you like the class, you know, the leveling, the world, stuff like that, you're having fun, so you're just going forward. The second thing is that, well, after all, I'm a YouTuber, and I also do it to make videos and stuff, so, you know, it has to be actually followed with some numbers, because it was the same case when I was doing like Project Epoch playthrough like very recently, in the beginning of the year, I think, and yeah, I was having tons of fun. Like Epoch Paladin, Red Paladin, was like super fun to play. It was absolutely amazing. Loved the new quests, stuff like that. But the matter of the fact was that, you know, the community mostly already killed Epoch, and there weren't too many people willing to actually watch the content. Therefore, yeah, the views were actually quite bad. And, you know, even though I had quite a lot of fun playing it, you know, later down the line, just like waking up, looking at the sheer numbers of from the videos, you know, I was kind of disappointed. And eventually, it kind of transitions to the whole fun you're having on the server, and, you know, kind of takes away. What the hell is this guy? Really, dude? Oh shit, I cannot even speak because I'm too low level. Is this trolling already? And I was told that this community is no way toxic. Crazy, man. So yeah, ultimately, if I do start something, and I do have plenty of ideas overall, and I try to, you know, try to pull them off, but then if I don't see the numbers, then yeah. Usually my passion kinda fades out, and over time I get depressed, And then when I'm depressed, usually some new idea comes up, and I'm actually excited once again. That's probably some of the recent videos, maybe, were kind of exciting for me because we were just checking out a lot of new stuff that's coming in, so... Where I can read the patch update, there's a lot of links on the Discord, that's for sure. I think that on the main site you can also go to the forums and check it out there as well. Hey there Camel, how you doing bro? You're still playing on Thanatos? I was actually considering, you know, I do really like what Thanatos WoW did. The problem is that I got so burned out by playing alphas and betas on Ascension Bronzebeard that eventually when the realm actually got released, I didn't have like any passion to play it at all. So, you know, even if I do like it something, I don't want to play that much in the current state to not get burned out of it. Especially that there are really, really good options that are already released. Like, for example, a turtle. In 8 days, on 20th of March, the new patch is coming in. There's also a lot of new stuff being added to the overall leveling zones and stuff like that. So, yeah, a lot of cool things to check out. Yeah, recarding, that's a good question. I mean, because you're saying about the tents, weren't the tents actually nerfed? I did hear that there were some changes, but I'm not exactly quite sure what has happened. Didn't they change like the values that you get from them, or what was the call in there? If you can elaborate on the tents a little bit. Well guys, recently I've been mostly playing on the Wrath of Lich King clients, and as you know, the mana regen, especially on the lower levels, is very boosted in there. So like seeing the slow regen in here and getting rid of my whole mana pool in like 3 casts is kind of scary, not gonna lie. Oh my god, having no auto loot is actually quite awful. Ah, okay, so it's not like they completely got rid of it. It's just a slight nerf, let's say. Okay, I get that, I get that. Thanks for the info, mate. I will probably check it out somewhere in the meantime. One day. I was wondering actually why I do have big damage on my melee attacks. And it's because I do have the Blessing of Might. That makes sense. Holy shit, this spam on the chat looking for groups and stuff is literally crazy, man. What I do always loved about Turtle is the ability to actually look for group via the add-on and then just simply joining in and going on your foot to the dungeons. That's actually the best choice on how their looking for dungeon system can work pretty much. Of course, in the future versions of the game, I don't really mind using standard dungeon finder where you get teleported as well, but I think that for Classic Plus, it actually fits perfectly the way it is here on Turtle, so big advantage of having something like that. So, is there anybody in the chat that can elaborate on the topic of like DPS in the end game a little bit? Wait, I still miss one fell moss. What the hell I'm doing? Oh, they changed the shadow meld so it works like in Wrath of the Lich King actually. No, it's not. Ah, okay. They buffed it, so if you stand still, you're still in stealth, but if you move, it's gonna last for 2 seconds, but that's it's gonna disappear. Okay, it's still a massive buff, I guess. Still can give you a very good advantage. This window pop-up right in the middle of the screen is kinda annoying, not gonna lie. Looks kinda cool, but if I could move it, like, at least to the bottom or to the top. So, my plan here... I should probably keep some water just in case. Should be fine. Yeah, I mean, I do have my custom stuff installed, so I didn't really need it that much. And this pop-up window only shows up while I equip something, so it's not so bad. It's annoying, but you know. I don't like when something pops up right in the middle of my screen. Like, I don't mind a little bit to the bottom of the character. It's fine, but like in the middle... Annoying! I still don't understand how some people could play WoW so many years already with all those add-ons like, you know, party members here, some cooldowns here, another thing right here. Like, if you take a look at their screenshots, the whole screen is literally cluttered with stuff. How can you see what's happening? I mean, I do know that a lot of endgame, especially on retail, was focused on the add-on, on the add-ons, and you probably more read like the add-on alerts rather than what's happening in the actual fight, but still. You know what, guys? The one thing I really want to get is that freaking auto loot. It's actually so annoying to not be able to loot everything with one click. It's crazy. One second, please. What? But it straight up opened the game for me. I clicked the launcher and opened the game. Strange. Never mind. I will manage somehow. This is probably just a matter of getting used to it, as always. It's kind of crazy to constantly see so many people. You know, most of the time recently I have been playing on some niche servers. The only exception would probably be Evenhold. There were like a little bit more people in there, so... Can I pull this guy? Oh yes, I did manage to tag it. Very, very nice. I just simply need to start using shift while picking up stuff. Oh my god, level 4 mobs are so powerful. This simply takes forever to kill them. But man, the dark elven vibe from those characters is so freaking good, I love it. Ooh, somebody's getting chased. Let's fend it off. Let's be a good citizen. It's such a shame that melee weaving is not working on most of those servers. Playing a caster with melee weaving is actually so good and efficient. But yeah, it is a bug because usually casting does break your attack. So it's understandable, but nonetheless, still a shame. You know what? The funny thing is that I look at the chat, all those people looking for groups, and I have absolutely no idea what they're talking about. All those like abbreviations and stuff that they use. It's just completely foreign for me. But yeah, I just simply will have to get used to it over time. I remember that in those parts of this cave, there was usually like a chest hidden somewhere around there. And the lost phone. Well, I only need like 15 levels to be able to help you, so just you wait. I can tank it for you. I wonder, did they fix the threat for bears where you can actually spam swipe to keep AoE aggro, or the aggro is going to be lost in a second if you don't use your maul? Classic had so many strange and clunky mechanics But it's really interesting to see how Turtle actually was able to like fix them or change them. Oh really? That's great to hear. Because I'm not quite sure yet. I will definitely want to see how the cat form is doing. The feral DPS. Because if I will be forced to power shift, then it's a massive no-no for me. I know that in Classic WoW, many people actually did do crazy things to be able to be on par with the other classes. But things like that are just out of mind, blows my mind. And still, some people still consider it quite fun, so it's kind of crazy, really. Well, we're level 4, boys. Blasting like crazy, man. If you guys would hear like any whereabouts of a guild that raids around the time I usually stream, so very late, this is the Europe time of course, then please let me know. As you know, for me it's really hard to find a guild that does content around this time in the day, so if you know a guild like that, just please let me know. Because like the biggest reason I don't really raid that much in WoW nowadays is mostly due to the lack of time, because most guilds usually start raiding. One thing is that they raid on the weekends. A second is that they usually raid like quite early. They start like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock PM, I mean. And you know, usually at that time I'm just coming back from work, eating some dinner, trying to play a little bit with my, spend some time with my family, with my son. And then finally, in the very late evening, I have some time to play, so. And usually at that time, guilds are already after the raids or still during the raids, so that's kind of problematic, not gonna lie. Shit, they killed all the beasts in here. Like every one of those. It's crazy. That was a slaughter. One Nightsaber's up, hopefully nobody will smack him. UPIA, mother flower. Man, recently I was playing like most of those servers where the XP rates are a little bit higher. And those levels were going crazy fast. But you know, there is some charm in leveling a little bit slower and just taking your time. Come on, give me back some mana. I need to smack this bad boy. No more night sabers, I guess. The guy is just literally tagging them. They're really pretty invisible in those freaking bushes. Okay, we've got the last one. I didn't even notice, but I still miss one boar as well. Was so focused on the night sabers that I didn't even notice that. I still need one swine. You know what, guys? The funny thing is that it seems that Turtle actually did think things through when it comes down to the patch release, because we're already after midnight release, we're already after TBC release on retail. People are, you know, bouncing off because it's always like that, you know. They release something new, the hype is massive, people are excited. They come in, they want to try it out, they play for like a week, two, and usually they don't come back until like next expansion or next big thing. It's a pretty natural thing to occur currently in the MMORPG genre. Just, you know, the massive hype and novelty is a big selling point, and to some extent it does also affect me, because I've noticed that I'm getting the most excited when I see some new things coming into the certain server. I do follow like a couple of them as well, and when something new pops off, then yeah, I'm instantly excited about it and I want to check it out straight away. So it's not like it's you know, like I'm in the minority that, and it doesn't affect me in any shape or form, because it does. But my point was that, you know, a lot of people already bounced off of either TBC or retail even, and are looking for some new homes. So I think that Turtle actually did time it out perfectly with the new patch. You know, people are going to see, they're going to come check out. Because, you know, being a World of Warcraft player currently is actually, we're in a pretty good situation, I'm not gonna lie. Like, we've got pretty good game when it comes down to retail WoW. You can say what you want, but it's still a very good game, many people still play it, it's still the biggest MMO on the market, whatever you think about it. And there's also of course, for the classic guys, there's the other version of it, like TBC and Mists of Pandaria currently. There's also Era servers if you want. If you don't like what actually Blizzard does, you've got shit tons of private servers to try it out on the other hand, which are even free, so even better. So pretty much everybody can find something to the liking. So yeah, it's like a perfect situation for us at the moment. And yet still many people complain about this, about that. This is not good, this is bad, this is this, this is that. I really don't understand. Come on. I was always struggling performing this jump. I know these fences have some invisible walls on them for sure. Bellsorn server. Not sure what you're talking about, bro. Felsorn? Warsorn? Warsorn, yeah. If you're talking about the MOBA one, like Warsorn, then I did, and I'm a little bit disappointed, to be fair. I'm a little bit disappointed because, first of all, the servers are actually placed in USA, which means that my ping on those servers is over 200. As many people stated, Benario, what you're talking about, I've been playing for years with such a ping. Okay, but you've been playing on the PvE realm, killing dummies. This is a PvP server, so latency has massive impact on your like throughput. Even more because, you know, it's based off of skill shots, so you have to aim them manually and stuff like that. Therefore, it's really not that easy. I mean, it's maybe not unplayable, but it's so it feels clunky, really. And I mean, the whole combat does kind of feel like it. I don't really want to hate on this server because the idea is really, really great. And I love what they did, like all the systems and stuff. Really, really high quality job, but the whole gameplay is kind of really strange. Like, you know, if combat would feel amazing from the very beginning, people would be so invested in it. And to be fair, because this week I mostly didn't stream or post any videos and stuff like that because I was sick, like my whole family was. Therefore, you know, we were just taking care of each other. And but you know, during the evenings I was just sitting in front of the computer for a second and you know, trying out the server. And you know, it didn't have this wow impact on me. I don't know, the combat really feels strange in my opinion. I know that it's a skill issue for sure as well, because I've seen other people playing like really good and flawlessly, killing me constantly. And yeah, it was annoying, that's for sure, but it was really strange. You know, sometimes you just get this feeling that combat is so fluid that you want to kill yet another opponent constantly, you know, back to combat, back to combat. And here it was not like that. I started thinking to myself that maybe it would be better if they would completely, like, not revamp the combat, just, you know, keep the combat as it is in World of Warcraft, but, you know, adjust the abilities to the adjust the abilities of the classes so they fit standard WoW combat. I think that would be kind of amazing. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Very good point. The gold was so scarce. Holy shit, I completely forgot that I need to get the webwood ichor as well. My bad. Yeah, it was really hard to actually equip anything. Hey there, in Tactic. Have you seen your tutorial trailer? Yeah, like in the beginning of the stream, actually, we watched this. Yasht, what I mean about what? Because I know I was lost my focus for the moment. Examples about what? Why the combat feels clunky? I know, like, you know, the skill shots don't have like big hitboxes. I feel like most of it do miss. I mean, there's quite a lot of predictability required to like time it perfectly and stuff. And I also seen like melee classes being about the revamping the combat. I mean, like you know, keeping the standard WoW combat system, but then make the abilities adjustable to this. So you know, if you have standard skill shot, it would normally connect with the target rather than being a skill shot. I know what they wanted to do. They, you know, they wanted to create a true MOBA playstyle, which is fine as well. But ultimately, I don't know if it does exactly fit the WoW theme. Maybe just, you know, the engine is not fitting for that such playstyle. But you know, I'm not the majority. I'm just sharing my own opinion. Oh shit, I think I made a mistake. Because he's gonna pull like the whole dungeon now. Not the dungeon, but the cave. That's just my own opinion. Maybe I'm just old. And I'm too used to, you know, standard WoW gameplay. Maybe that's the thing. You guys probably also played many other games, and you know, you enter the new game, you start fighting someone, and you suddenly go like, holy shit, this feels so smooth, so good, I want to play more. And you know, I didn't get that feeling here on Warzone, so I was really excited for it, but after playing it a little bit, I just thought to myself, yeah, this is still an alpha also. I don't want to give like or confuse people, so I decided to not even do a video about it. And then I've noticed that the new patch for Trill is coming, so oh shit, there will be definitely something new to do. Do you guys play Path of Exile, maybe? Because when it comes down to the new projects that I'm actually the most excited for, one is of course Grimfall WoW, because it's gonna be like a brand new version of the classless. Oh, you're playing right now, but you're still playing the PoE 1 or the second? I was wondering because you know, during that downtime, I also thought to myself, maybe I should just play something else. PoE 1. Yeah, I also seen that there's like a new season in there. And I've seen those new paladin skills and stuff, they look awesome. Always loved the slam playstyle, and there's like this new slam skill in there that looks amazing. Was really tempted to actually try it out. And did you try PoE 2? Because I wonder, many people actually do say that still PoE 1 is king due to the faster playstyle and just clearing everything, the whole screen with one button, while others say that yeah, maybe the second version didn't actually go that far with the tactical combat, but that it's like more modern and feels better overall. Ah, okay. To be fair, I'm in the same boat, because if I would decide to, for example, like stream it or even record the gameplay, I don't know if my computer would actually carry this. I don't know if I would even be able to run it, not to say record it. But yeah, PoE is quite cool. So like I said, I'm quite excited for the Grimfall WoW, which is the new classless take. And the second one is that Hour of Twilight that actually did take like shitloads of systems and ideas from the PoE itself. So on the other hand, I feel like this version of the game can be more successful when it comes down to the WoW theme, because at least they didn't like, you know, completely revamp the combat. So that's still familiar. Wait, I need to give him the freaking antidote. Let's do some jumping in here. Get the bottle, turn in the Ivern's antidote, and we'll be good to go. How many players? No, it's like fallen off. It was like over 5,000 when I came in. But you know, it's still massive, so... Of course, it's nowhere near the release numbers, but the new patch is dropping very, very soon, so they will go a lot higher in the upcoming days, that's for sure. Firestorm. Yeah, of course I've heard about Firestorm, but the problem is that they don't change pretty much anything when it comes down to the custom content, so I'm not really interested in such servers, like, you know... Not really looking forward for servers, you know, standard copycats from Blizzard. I feel like nowadays private servers have this opportunity to actually do a lot of cool new stuff that, you know, just simply setting up a server on a baseline, Wrath of the Lich King or something is no big deal. But that's amazing about Turtle WoW, that they also add things to people that are still leveling. This is so freaking amazing. I would probably be slapped straight up into the face like that. Boom. But I'm gonna say it anyway. I feel that with the amount of content that Turtle WoW has put out already, this scaling would actually work amazing the way Ascension did it. But that's just me. On the other hand, like you guys have mentioned, Turtle WoW actually have slow and steady. Therefore, you can, of course... Holy shit, this is like the new quest. Yeah, usually you wasn't supposed to actually kill the big spider. That's a shame. I mean, I don't really like the Night Elven starting zone because of this freaking cave, as you have to come back to it a couple of times. It's so freaking annoying. Yeah, man, the Ulduar patch on Ebonhold can be quite good as well. Although I think that this server will actually gain a lot of traction only when they will focus on changing all that random ecos to the, you know, class specific stuff. It will be just more exciting. Otherwise it will be still stacking the meta power, let's say. Of course it's going to be harder because even the pool of the powers is much bigger, therefore, you know, rolling a couple of the same versions would be really, really hard. But yeah. Rend Slap, yeah. Firestorm is a retail copy. Yeah, I think that's the only server that actually follows like the retail release timeline, let's say. They always strive for the newest expansion. I don't know, I feel like nowadays if you really want to try out the new expansion. You know, retail does not really cost that much in my opinion. So you're free to go. Like, stupid Netflix or something costs more than you know, WoW sub. We're spending more money like during one evening when we go out to the bar or something. So I feel that this has changed a lot over the years. And Blizzard actually didn't increase the amount of money you need to spend for the subscription, so it's not a big deal. That's why I don't really care that much about those servers that, you know, strive for the up-to-date content, copycats from Blizzard. And that's also why all the custom WoW private server scene is mostly based off of 3.3.5 client, because it's so freaking good. It's still classic, but also allows you more like... gives you more more tools to actually change the game. Linux, oh man, not quite sure. I really don't know why people usually use Linux, unless you're some kind of IT engineer or something, and you use it at work. Otherwise, why would you bother? But that's just me. Oh dude, now I just remembered, like, Season of Discovery Phase 1, where druids actually did have a glyph where your wrath is free to cast, and it also allows you from time to time to get a free healing touch. It was so freaking cool. Is it really that better? I mean, for min-maxers, probably. If you can get like 5% more from your computer, that's okay. But if you play World of Warcraft, why bother, man? This game is so old. Shit, I really don't want to kill all of those spiders. I will try to kite him as much as possible. Why did he went the other way? It's gonna be leave combat probably, because I'm... Ah, he went that way. We're still in combat. Maybe. Oh shit, he did reset. No good. Okay, I guess I will have to kill this little guy first. Oh shit, the other didn't actually lose aggro. That's hilarious, actually. I have always hated this freaking cave. It's been always so annoying to actually navigate it. While in Elwyn Forest, you just go straight up to the... what was his name? Garrick footpath or whatever. You get rid of him and you're good to go. He's coming that way? I hope so. Oh my god, this guy is so freaking annoying. Where's the boss? Where is your boss, guys? Man, and he did reset once again. I'm already pissed. I will wait for him until he goes through here, and then when he will try to cross the cave, I'll jump, and then I should be able to grab him right here, yeah. There you go. He's got some company, but that shouldn't be that much of a problem, I guess. Let's put some rejuve on. The other guys are losing interest. They see that their boss is going down. And finally, see ya, bro. Okay, 2 quests to turn in. This is actually great because it should give me level 6. And now... yeah, there's actually not so many, or maybe not even like any quest at all. New ones in the Teldrassil. Therefore, I'm gonna straight tap, head towards the Twilight Highlands. Oh my god, the Lastian Highlands. Get the boat and go to the new zone, I guess. My thoughts on the overall combat system and leveling pacing on Total WoW. I mean, it's standard classic. They did change some things here and there, but it's not like you suddenly got super complicated rotation. Well, I'm gonna be clear about this because I hate bloat. You know, when I was trying out like Conquest of Azeroth classes, I felt like you were playing a freaking roulette, having so many same buttons. You know, just because they were cool, because they had cool names, cool effects and stuff like that, but they didn't actually impact rotation that much. Like, you know, it didn't change anything pretty much. So it was kind of annoying. I remember like playing a Moon Priest or something. There was a melee version of it, and I literally had four same buttons that only dealt damage, and all 4 of those were on the 20-second cooldown. So your playstyle was pretty much just click 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you were spamming like resource gainer and resource spending. So yeah, the design was definitely lacking. So when it comes down to like things like Turtle WoW, where you have 2, maybe 3, maximum 4 buttons, I think this is kind of a sweet spot, plus cooldowns and you're pretty much golden. The only thing I always loved about WoW combat is having reactive abilities, things like overpower, I don't know, overpower, what was it, the ambush for example, ambush proc on rogues, Frost Firebolt, Ice Lance on Frost Mage, Pyroblast instant cast. I think that procs like that do give a little bit more depth to the combat and make it a little bit more exciting and reactive. So I'm definitely all in when it comes down to this. But you know, having like 5,000 spells which do exactly the same thing but have different names is kind of pointless in my opinion. So if I were to choose, I would definitely pick up this combat style. Is it hard, really? I don't think so, you know. On Turtle you've got an advantage because the community isn't really that toxic, so there would definitely be plenty of people to help you out. You know, you would just have to get used to like saying in the beginning that I'm new to both WoW and tanking, and then I'm pretty sure that people would help you, just, you know, tell you what to do in terms of tactics and stuff. Yeah, man, it's a total change of pace, but I kind of like it. Not gonna lie. I was just trying so many different things recently that, you know, after seeing that trailer of Turtle WoW, I just thought to myself that it would be really, really nice to, you know, get that change of pace and try something very peaceful. And commit actually to one character, because we all know how those servers are. And I did mention this previously during the stream already, but you know, I was playing a lot of alpha when it comes down to Bronzebeard, and I actually did play quite a lot of it, to a point where it ended up so boring to me when released. But yeah, I eventually gave up on it and never came back, so I don't want to do the same thing once again. Regarding, wait a second, did I? Oh no, I think I responded to pretty much every question. If I missed something, let me know, guys. Oh yeah, nice. I've got new Wrath, which is going to be crazy good now. And I've got Thorns, which is going to be amazing. With good weapon, you can very nicely level up as a druid just by smacking auto attack and spamming Moonfire every time it dissipates, so it's also quite mana efficient. Of course, a little bit longer, but you know, we're all about efficiency in here. But when it comes down to the Unreal Engine, I'm actually really not that sad, because truly and honestly, I didn't kind of like it. You know, because the graphics was actually so strange. Like, you had this situation where all those lightnings and all those added effects didn't actually fit to the models and stuff, you know? It was like too much things put onto the like old and standard graphic design. So it didn't actually look pretty. It was kind of strange and clunking seeing all those different things shining up everywhere. Of course, it's my opinion. For me, it looked kind of strange. Definitely not like WoW. I mean, places like, for example, Duskwood did really look cool, you know, due to all the lightning. But when I actually have seen that gameplay trailer and a guy was playing a druid literally and spamming those wraths, that lighting was so freaking strange. It was actually quite gross. Yeah, supposedly we would probably have a lot of different things to choose from, but yeah, eventually we're not gonna see it, so no point bothering. Guys, I've got one question. If some of you maybe have played Druid on Turtle, because usually, starting from like 3.3.5, Druids could use items in their forms. And how is it on Turtle? Can I use potions and, for example, all consumables or, for example, engineering items in my forms, or I cannot? That's a very good question. because there's gonna be like this new revamp for survival skill, and a lot of cool stuff will be added to it. And I was actually wondering whether I can use them in form. Like, you know, is it like even worth picking up and stuff? I'm not experienced enough as a furry. Ah, okay. That's good. That's good to hear. I mean, I do understand why Blizzard did it in the first place. Like, you know, you cannot be a freaking tiger running around and throwing grenades. That's kinda obvious, but, you know, from like a gameplay perspective, it was really actually hurting the druids, so... Oh shit, that quest turn-in was on top of the building. Didn't pay attention. This is definitely like a new NPC. Somebody's taming the beast. The best moment of their lives as hunters. Getting to level 10 and finally getting a pet. Oh, that's actually a very good quest with amazing reward. But like I mentioned, I want to do as much new content as possible. So yeah, I'm going for the new zone first. The fact of the matter is that the only annoying thing in there for me will be that I cannot learn spells. Because, you know, there's no druids as high elves. Therefore, I would probably have to come back every time back to Darnassus. But yeah, I'm level 6 and up to level 10 I don't have anything useful to buy from Trainer. Therefore, I can skip it. And the only thing I want is to put my Heartstone right here. So I can go straight up to the druid trainers whenever I will need. Wait a minute, tailoring. I think the innkeeper was somewhere over there. There you are. Druid teleport, yeah, but not yet. It's gonna be like on level 10. Yeah, that's true. When it comes down to convenience, definitely Ironforge is the best. When it comes down to looks, Stormwind's better. Darnassus is actually quite climatic as well. But navigating it is quite awful. Maybe a little bit better than the canals in Stormwind, but still. Orgrimmar isn't the best as well. I feel that Thunderbluff is probably the best horde city. Overall, for capitals, I feel like Blizzard did a really good job and I actually loved it. Also, a massive advantage of Turtle is also that they have added a lot of new custom music. there's quite a lot of people running around with the Still Alive guild, which means that there's plenty of guys trying out the hardcore challenge still. You know, I thought that over so many like months or maybe years already, I don't remember now even, people will get bored of hardcore and eventually this will just naturally die out, but it does not. Holy shit, I need to download the launcher. I think I've messed up something. Because the launcher also gives you the higher... Download the launcher. Higher visibility, right? Yeah, a lot of people actually do love leveling overall, so hardcore definitely gives like more incentives to do it, that's for sure. And just, you know, self-challenge is always nice. Yeah, I mean, I was pretty sure that I have it, but yeah, it seems not. Wait, now the question is, because I can't remember, does the Turtle WoW have the Stormwind Harbor and this is the boat or not? Yeah, the harbor has been made, so I'm pretty sure that this goes to Stormwind, so Thalassian should be right here, right in the up front. Yeah, so Thalassian is this way, right? Yeah, this one to Darnassus, this one to Stormwind, and this one's probably... This one goes to Balor? Wait, really? There's no dude on the end of the pier. That's the player. Wait, from the southern dock? Which is this? Yeah, the western dock means Thalassian Highlands. Signpost. Yeah, Thalas, like he said, western goes to Thalassian. Balor is not here, bro. Balor is here. This is from Menethil Harbor. You probably got mixed up a little bit. Yep, we've got it. Nice. Yeah, man, this is the plan for this series because I want to make videos about it as well. Like, you know, just want to do like 2-3 streams probably and then summarize everything like in one video. But my main, like, mission in here, let's say, is actually experiencing as much custom content that Turtle has introduced as possible. So, you know, I will be only doing old stuff if I have nothing else to do. But if I remember correctly, like starting from level 30 or 28, I can't remember exactly, you can pretty much only do new content, so that's good. Total WoW is Blizzard, man. 100% Blizzard. This is official Classic Plus. JK. It's private, man. Oh, and now the new custom music kicks in. We're gonna make it a little bit louder. Dude, still so many people actually are visiting this place. Is there something special about this place? That people are constantly coming here? I wonder. Oh yeah, my master volume is quite low. That's why. Isn't it too loud for you guys? Okay, I get that. Man, the music is so freaking cool. Alas, nice. Okay guys, I'm gonna do a quick exit game in here. I finally got the launcher. I'm just gonna go to tweaks, always auto loot, nameplate range. Yeah, quit for a second. Nameplate range, field of view, render distance. I want as much as possible. Ground clutter. And camera distance. Oh my god, it's verifying the files now. I wonder how long it's gonna take. The mods? What? Ah, I've got unchanged. Enable Vulkan-based rendering mode for better performance. I can't check it yet. Everything is updating now. Dude. An attempt to make Vanilla 1.12 modern. I wonder what that does exactly. Tweaks. Ah, okay, everything got abandoned in here. The add-ons are completely messed up. I don't know, you can say what you want, but I feel that Ascension launcher is probably the best I've seen around when it comes down to the private server scene. Of course, it's annoying because it gets updated like 1,000 times per day, but except for that, pretty awesome. The add-ons install very fluidly. Everything goes smooth and stuff like that. Okay, it seems that everything has been corrected. Auto loot, apply, thank you. And now the mods enable Vulkan. This one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Update. Oh my god, this has completely messed up my game now. It has some strange resolution, it seems. Yeah, I will definitely want to do the new dungeon. It's gonna take a while, like I don't play that much, so... Oh my god, what's happening in here? $8060 resolution, that's kinda crazy, bro. Okay, we're back, finally. At least I think so. Yeah man, much better. Oh shit, there's already quests in here to pick up. So yeah, let's do just that. I'm even too poor to buy, like, even the smallest bag. Well, to be fair, I just hope that the freaking auto loot works. And then I'm golden. I don't think that increased field of view works. But that's probably not the most important thing at the moment. Sunsorn Mansion. I remember that there was like some kind of very, very rich guy living in here. Astalor Sunsorn, Kingsbane. Ah, you're living in here. Okay, regards, bro. Nice house. I'm gonna give my regards to your wife. Iron Within. Oh yeah, I completely forgot that turtle actually is quite known for the turtle mount. But to be fair, I'm not a big fan of it. So I'm kind of happy that I'm a druid. I will have a travel form eventually. Oh, there's one more in there. Shit, like in the very beginning, there's already so many quests in here. Yeah, man, but on the lower levels, it doesn't actually give that much, right? And if I remember correctly, you have to go to Ashenvale. Yeah, I think so, yeah. I think for 5 minutes or something. For like 50 copper. I remember that back in the day there was even like griffins in the lower levels. That you could fly around for a couple of minutes. Seconds, rather. Yeah, it's very small. That's also another advantage of leveling as a feral druid, is that you have constant movement speed increase, and then on level 30 you get your... oh shit, we can do this quest in here. Offer water to refugees. Sure thing, bro. And on level 30 you get travel form and you're golden up until level 40 to the mount. Why I cannot put this on my bar? Ah, because I probably just need to speak with them. Stay away from me, the wither refugee. That was pretty easy, not gonna lie. Yeah, I can imagine. Well, let's say that the refugee topic is quite delicate nowadays. I'm from Poland, so we've got quite a lot of refugees nowadays as well. Arcane crystals. Oh shit, I just need to run around the town and look for some crates. You know what, back in the day, I was actually quite exciting about quests like that, because, you know, in the original WoW, you don't really get quests like that often. Yeah, usually yes. You know, we're quite strict when it comes down to this topic, and I'm not even saying about the government, but like the people overall. So if you start doing some crazy shit here, the people will get you eventually. So quests that you know that you do in town. I remember that in Theramore there was quite a lot of quests like that. You know, you had to speak with the gods, give them tramplets, you know, things like that. And there are not so many of them in the standard WoW. And when I first stumbled upon them on Theramore, I was actually quite excited, you know, just running around the town, doing errands, stuff like that. But nowadays, not so much. But I guess that's like 20 years later, so a lot of more exciting things have happened along the way. True, just to chill out and do some stuff. I just wish I could have some kind of movement speed already for those quests. I don't know if you guys have seen my previous stream about Thanatos WoW, but it is kind of like a classic plus, let's say, of course with different twist. But my point being that they have added mobility skill to pretty much every class straight up from level 1. And the funny thing is that rogues get the grappling hook. But the hook in that hook is that it has absolutely no cooldown, and the only resource that you need to cast it is 4 health, literally. Which means that you can pretty much spam it. And you pretty much become a freaking Spider-Man. I was enjoying my time so much in Stormwind, just jumping around on the building rooftops, like straight up to the Stormwind Keep and stuff. You can constantly travel with it, like it's so much fun. And they even made like special quest for High Elves that start straight up in the Stormwind City. A quest where you have to actually kill some Defias right on the top of the Stormwind Keep, so kind of cool. No, it's not on retail, like this is the Thanatos WoW. On my last stream I was actually testing it out. Like in the very first minute of the stream I created a rogue, just, you know, to see what new things it has. Oh my god, this moment of the music. Beautiful. But yeah, if you're bored, you can check out the last stream. It's like in the very beginning of it, I was like, you know, testing it out, and it turned out that this grappling hook is pretty much a spammable, and you can explore the whole world with it. Cinema, yeah. You were asking if Polish people are welcoming to American tourists. Yeah, of course. I mean, you know, if you don't do some crazy shit or piss off anybody, but I guess that's the way it is everywhere. Okay, I think we're done here now. This music really is powerful. Good to know. I'm rather a peaceful person myself, so... I'm gonna grab all the quests along the way, but my goal is to actually go straight up to the very beginning of the zone and complete all those level 1 quests as well, so we'll have a little bit of a heads up for the future. Game and the manure. Yeah, I guess. I mean, you know, I was playing a lot of soccer, football, soccer, however you call it. from the very young years. So let's say that I'm not like the most delicate. And I even kind of like that, you know, physicality of the sports. So it's not like I'm only sitting on my chair my whole life. I'm not that type of person. But for example, when it comes down to lifting, I'm not really going to the gym. I tried a couple of times, but I don't know, I always like bounced off of it. Maybe that was because I didn't have like some kind of, I'm not even telling a trainer, but like a person that could, you know, share interest with me. You know how it is, if somebody is really, really hyped about something and they will tell you about it every day, constantly, 24/7, eventually they will pretty much turn you on it as well. We need gym bros. Yeah, that's for sure. But yeah, usually it was like I was going, I think that the longest I went was like 2 weeks or something. But then stopped eventually. But yeah, I'm 35 at the moment, and I also have office work. Therefore, while I'm recording as well, I pretty much sit in the chair or in the car for the most part of my day life. So yeah, it's probably a little bit too much. Currently, the only activity I do is playing with my son, and since he's very, very active, I do have to be as well. But yeah, of course, we all know that's kind of like a different activity when you're running around playing with your son to a standard, you know, workout or something, or playing sports. Well, my diet currently is eat everything you see, so... I mean, you can do quite a lot with the diet itself, of course. But the problem is that usually I get stressed or something at the work, or pissed off, literally. And then I just run straight up to the store or something, or we just get some kebabs. And yeah, the whole diet is gone in a second. Holy shit, too many quests. The only thing that I am pissed off about PF Quest is that you cannot actually order those, like, in proximity. So yeah, it's kind of annoying to guess what you need to kill. Favorite class? Hard to say, man. I was talking about this a little bit in the beginning of the stream. I do love classic playstyle, always loved like classic playstyles of warrior, but with the big two-hander. Like for example, slamming one. Oh, I just noticed that the auto loot is working, so good to know. This is gonna help a lot. Warriors with slam, rogues are pretty cool, especially here on Turtle, because on level 30 you get baseline blade flurry. Well, I do click the loot, but the thing is that I don't have to click shift to be able to loot all of the items, you know, it just automatically goes into my inventory. Just a simple quality of life thing, but massive change in my opinion. Oh my god, this music is constantly playing in the background. Yeah, man, it's a mandatory game to be feature for the game. Oh yeah, this bad boy needs flowers because he cannot pick on the chick. Yeah, Wind Fury going brrrr is always nice. And if you have never played Shaman before and you see it for the first time, it's like the moment you will never forget in your life. Unforgettable. Simply unforgettable. But to be fair, if I would like say overall, always love the druid due to all the utility it brings and versatility. Like especially in the classic, because of course the Blizzard classic wasn't exactly perfectly fitted for it. But you know, you've got so many options thanks to the druid that if I'm not quite sure what to pick, druid is like a safe pick for me. You know, I've got a couple of roles to choose from. If I don't like one, I can go for the other. And you can pretty much perform all of the roles in the game, so... Oh, dude, that's a massive win. Do you have any more info about druids? Like, how's their DPS during the endgame? Like, you know, I'm not saying that if it's like the best or something. Is it like competitive? I do know that Turtle made all the changes to make it so, but how it is in the actual reality? Or is it still rogues, hunters, and warriors, and that's it? Oh yeah, and what I was supposed to say, that this music is kind of cool, but you know, very early on you're just in this place, being a refuge and killing some swines and chickens, and this epic music is playing in the background, so kind of funny. How much mana do I need? 70. Okay, one more tick and we're good to go. To be fair, what I always loved Feral for is that hybrid playstyle with bleed and quite nice burst damage. Because, you know, you had two playstyles, you could apply bleed and carry on with the damage to make massive burst, or you simply could apply bleeds and run around your enemy. So that was kind of cool as well. Oh, tanks are meta. That's actually a very good information, because I'm considering going for a tank. Like, you know, I didn't experience the content, the full content here on Turtle. So, yeah, trying it out as a tank would be quite exciting, I would say. Especially that most of the time I mostly were a DPS, so... Sometimes the role changing completely switches up the experience that you get, so... There you go, finally the people will have something to eat. This is exactly the same shit, mind. Yeah, man, but like I said, it's not like I'm chasing the meta or something. I just was wondering, are the differences like big? I'm not chasing the meta, but also, you know, if you kind of feel useless, then I'm not gonna lie, it's not that exciting to play. Wait, I'm kind of lost. I need to kill what? Too many quests. Collect the flowers. Ah, the lynxes now. Got it. So nice and chilly. Just run around, do some quests. Everything's so peaceful and slowly. Do you guys remember, because I was wondering about the druids, because many people, many druids are actually named like druids of the claws, and of course nowadays in WoW this straight up indicates that he's just simply a feral and he's gonna shapeshift and, you know, carry on fighting like that. But do you guys remember from Warcraft 3, I think that druids of the claws weren't actually shapeshifting. I think that they were fighting in the humanoid form, just with those, like, you know, bear-like weapons and stuff. Can you confirm it? I would actually love to see such version of druid, like melee druid, you know, just spamming moonfire and doing some moon attacks, let's say. That could be kind of cool, I think. Okay, one more and we're good to go. Dude, Moonfire resets my swing timer? What the hell is this? Something's bugged, I guess. I completely forget constantly about those freaking daisies to pick up. Oh yeah, and the chickens. They'll need to kill the chickens. KFC, kill the fucking chicken. Have you guys seen this advert based off of World of Warcraft about KFC? Kill the fucking chicken? With a dwarf with a gun hunting for the chickens in it. It's quite old already, but I remember that I was laughing my ass off when I first seen it. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I think that you should find it if you type it in on YouTube. Well, it certainly was not shown on the TV. I think it was like Machinima time when WoW was thriving. You know, a lot of movies and videos were made like that, so I think that was it. There you go. I'm gonna be a nice person and buff some randos in here. You guys will definitely not have too many druids around, so you don't have too many druids around. Did I already pick this up? Yeah, it's bugged. Unfortunate. Thank you. Okay, let's kill some chickens and good to go. I've got so many quests accumulated in here, that's crazy, bro. Yeah, man, I can eat chicken pretty much every way possible. Anxiety from the quest tracker. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I always loved the Blizzard one because it shows... I mean, it allows you to sort the quests based off of proximity or the levels. So it's very, very clean. And I kind of hate the PF quest about this. Alassian daisies. Oh, he actually does give a helmet, like a rose, to keep in your mouth. Why it doesn't show, bro? Forever low. What the hell? Do I have the helmet option off or what? No, I do have show helmet. That's kind of strange. What's my favorite expansion? Hard to say, to be fair. If I were to say based on the playtime I spent, I would probably say Wrath of the Lich King. But when it comes down to the vibes, I would probably say TBC, I think. You know, it all depends. Like, if you would say overall, then probably Burning Crusade, yeah. But there were certain things I really did like in each expansions, so... Like, I really loved leveling, for example, in Battle for Azeroth. I think the campaigns were so freaking cool. For both Horde and Alliance. Loved the Borealis city. And, well, the Horde one wasn't maybe exactly the best, but the vibe and all the quests that you could do in there were pretty damn cool. Oh, you greedy bastard. Recommend try Project Reforged. What is that exactly? What does it do? Modification? Is it available off of the launcher, or do I have to like download it separately? And what is it all about? Oh shit. Those guys are relentless, bro. Ah, graphics overhaul, okay. I will. But this is like only HD models or something like that? What does it do exactly? Or just improves the overall feeling of the game? Just die. Thank you. Oh, and a quest. Okay, then it sounds really, really cool then. Thank you for telling me about it. Isn't the one available from the client? Or it's not the one? Because I've seen there's one. Ah, it's different, okay. When I was installing it, I did see some of the overhauls in there, so I was wondering if that's maybe one of those. Hey guys, do you know, does do bear druids actually get anything new, like a lacerate spell or something like that for the rotation for tanking, or not really? Because I do know that the feral, the DPS one, is pretty much based off of the standard rake and rip stuff and ferocious bite, but the bleeds themselves has been adjusted, and I was wondering about the bear. I think the lacerate is pretty good button overall, a nice addition to TBC. The good thing is, well, not the good thing, but it's like a proof that TBC class design was actually so good already, as for example, Epoch got its popularity, peak popularity, mainly also because of that, so that does say something, I guess. I've got already a lot of quests to the capital, it seems. The rest are the one to the cave nearby. From level 10, gameplay will be so easy already. We're gonna get a bear. The funny thing that on Turtle there's actually like 2 ways of leveling a druid from what I've seen. Because you can first go to the balance tree, as you have 2 very important talents in there. One being in the first row, that after each kill will give you like some mana regen, which would be great, and even allow power shifting probably. And you probably during standard leveling would never go And then when you carry on, you get a lot of cool additions like defensive cooldowns or even damage, pure damage things. And then eventually you get Omen of Clarity to allow you simply more procs and energy usage for damage. Hey there, Vanway. I'm great, man. Thank you, thank you. I just started my turtle journey today. Wanted a change of pace a little bit after trying out all those crazy servers recently. And yeah, I was talking about the druid builds, and the second one is the standard feral, where you actually focus on the bleeds that will allow you to regain energy faster, which ultimately gives you the same point and same effect, as ultimately you want all of those points. But you know, it's a completely different start. And the matter of fact is that I'm not quite sure yet with which one to start with, so... Okay, I've got the charged arcane crystal. Now we just need to kill some more of those pounders. But hopefully they will not pound us. Do we need to collect something from them? I don't think so. And how are you doing, mate? I hope you're good, because recently I was sick for quite a long time and unfortunately was not able to record and play a little bit, so... I already got all of those killed. Need to look for the others. Malfunctioning. Still need 7. That's quite a lot. It will. Eventually. I've heard they're already working on it, but I wouldn't say soon. Like, you know, there's still a lot of stuff that they want to make for Bronzebeard. There's also Conquest of Azeroth that needs to be released, and ultimately then possibly Season 10, maybe even along with Wrath of the Lich King, so who knows, but it's the last on their list currently, so you know. There's also the other server coming out. I mean, open beta will be available, which is the Grimfall WoW. This is also going to be classless, so maybe you can get interested in that. I'm definitely waiting for it because I'm a big fan of classless. Initially it was said that it's gonna show up before end of March, but they added a lot of stuff to the development just to, you know, release the best possible version of the server. I mean, not release, because this will still be an open beta. But, you know, give us the most unique experience from straight on day one. And I think that some of the changes they have made are really, really cool, so it will definitely be exciting. Who knows, maybe even better than Ascension ultimately. But I'm pretty sure that if eventually Ascension will release new class lists, I will be trying it out no matter what, so it's just a matter whether it will be really, really fun or not. Oh, there you are, guys. Finally started to respawn. Yeah, man, maybe not take over straight up, but I feel like they have a lot of cool ideas. And it seems that the dev team, at least so far, is listening to the community quite a bit, so just need 3 more malfunctions. Oh, thank you, mate. Thank you, mate. Yeah, this is PF UI. I just customized it a little bit. Just slight touches here and there. Nothing really that much. Yeah, I mean, you know, after the fact, we all have it better. We all know it better. But, you know, they just simply wanted to have a piece of cake during 2025. So, it's kind of understandable. I wouldn't say it was a failure, because still a lot of people play it, and ultimately the server is still really, really good. I just, you know, played too much beta of it and got kind of bored eventually. That's why I don't play it. Well, you know, mate, something being better is very, very relative, depending on the person, so that statement may be correct for you, but not for somebody else. Mind sharing the profile? Let me check. Oh, there's the share. Oh my god. Import. Holy shit. Can I just put it in chat like that? No, man, it has too many. Wait a minute, there. Copy this. What was the site for it? Yeah, do you remember the site where you can paste those very, very long codes? I was using one of those for my other profiles from different videos, but I can't remember now exactly. Yeah, man, there are plenty of signs like that. Oh yeah, I've got it. Paste code. Yeah. Check this one. It should be working. Okay, got all the quests. That's nice. It's called LOL. Okay, we're finally finishing the cleanup session for the refugees. And we will be going a little bit more further into the Highlands to take care of more important stuff. Oh, but I will have definitely a more cool looking stuff. More like dark elven that fits the theme of my character currently. Good, 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 good. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I'll be really surprised if I would find somewhere in here like a druid trainer. Would be really cool and would help a lot. Which I doubt, of course, but yeah, nonetheless. This is for level 10. Those are like very end level quests, it seems. What I can now do is go to Malor Steelguard and do some beasts quests over there, if I remember correctly. Man, on the this main group where they look for main chat where they look for groups, there are so many messages, and still people are looking for stuff like Razorf and Downs. I mean, who's gonna see it in that one big massive spam of stuff? Not. It's kind of expensive, but I guess I'm gonna buy one bag. It's really annoying not having any at all. Yashstein, hello there, mate. Thanks for joining, thanks for the sub. Welcome, welcome.
What brings you here?
Rapes in the heels. Okay, let's save the business of those guys. And let's save their vineyard. Oh, I'm supposed to kill those mana worms as well. They're much more stronger than the usual guys. Regular guys, I guess. Yeah, I guess for standard, I don't know if it works for raids, but for standard dungeons I would definitely use looking for group. This is probably the best addition, like, you know, just automatically look for people for content, and then, you know, you still have to walk on your... You still have to walk yourself to the place, but the assembling of the group is automated, which is, yeah, the best. Spamming the chat is probably the most annoying thing to do. Oh wait, I completely forgot that I'm supposed to collect the bucket of grapes as well. Buckets. And I still haven't considered what professions should I take, actually. There would probably be definitely a lot of cool stuff to be made from leatherworking, but on the other hand, I would have to later focus on skinning groups of mobs, so I'm not quite sure if I'm on it. And druids are actually great for herbalism because they can pick up herbs in the forms, so it's quite fast. Oh, jewel crafting is new. Oh yeah, that's a good point. I wanted to check out all the new content, so jewel crafting could be a thing. But how does it work? Is it like similar to the Blizzard one or completely different? Do you do only gems for slotting, or like you do brand new jewelry stuff also? Which would mean pretty much one-to-one copy of Blizzard. We'll definitely check out the new survival skill when it comes down. Oh, so jewelry mostly, okay. Ah, understandable. Okay, they work like engines. That's kind of cool also. You don't have to make like another system, but you can still implement something to buff things from professions. Uh-huh. There's the elephant in the room. Thanks for bringing that up, mate. Well, to be fair, I'm not a really big fan of professions overall. For me, it's like just a chore, let's say. Always loved alchemy for leveling because you could pretty much naturally level it up just by collecting stuff as you level up. Didn't have to do like massive detours or anything like that. You know, maybe a couple of times to get those threshold breakdown points, like for example ding to 100 skill to be able to pick bruisewood, for example, bruisewood, weed. And alchemy was always a very nice passive thing. You just drink the buffs and good to go. You're more powerful. And then there are pretty cool weapon engines as well, but then the question would be if the weapons... If the weapons would work in forums. I mean, do they procs and stuff like that? Because I think that, for example, having a frost oil on a very fast attack speed feral druid could be great, you know, and slowing everybody, shooting some extra damage. In PvP, of course. Ah, that's a shame. So pretty much stat sticks only. Hello, I saved your business, guys. Give me some rewards. Oh, Lynx Sword, bring one fang of Charlan. Oh yeah, the big tiger, remember? Week's Troll Bloods Potion, that's gonna be good. Yeah, alchemy stuff, always good. Like passive regen. Troll, and what did I say, man? Maybe I'm just sleepy already. Wait, where's the big tiger, bro? Ah, there you are, Mr. Charlan. Can I pull him from afar with that? Come to Papa. Smack him in the face with the staff and we're good to go. Yep, thank you. Oh, you're showing me the weapons? Nice. It looks nice with, like, burning. Ah, so more attack power, that's nice. Hey there, Felipe Rodriguez, welcome, welcome, bro. Thanks for the sub. Oh, I'm already level 8. Haven't noticed even. Okay, so kill more worms along the way. Deep Murk Warrior. Yeah, I guess we're gonna get going back to the capital along the way. We can maybe kill some of those worms. There will probably be plenty of them along the way. And I do have a couple of things to turn in over there, which will probably turn into even more quests and errands to do, but that's good. That's why we're here, for the XP. Man, the true vanilla drop rate from those mana worms, it seems. Finally. A second drop. Crazy already. Killing trans mana worms, I definitely could feel like a true blood elf. Same vibe, so to speak. As always, I get everything except from the things I really need. Typical. Yeah, at least we've got some party supplies. And I'm gonna shadow meld for a second and be back. Okay, quick break. Nice, let's go. Druid 1 to 10 leveling may not be like super amazing, but comparing it to Hunter, it's actually like best in slot. It's just crazy how awful the Hunter leveling is. But you could consider that Hunter pets were very unique type of thing for the classes. So like, you know, a system, even like a feature of the game. So you kind of had to earn it. But then, you know, then when you finally did get it, after that it was so freaking smooth that you would never look back. And I remember that when I first seen World of Warcraft and how it looks like and stuff like that, for me, like pets, it was something amazing, to be fair. A lot of quests for the islands. Alright, let's go turn in what we can in the capital first and then carry on with the rest of the errands. Yeah, I mean, that kiting tactic is pretty okay for some time, but, you know, after a while, and like around level 7, 8 maybe, well, at 8 you finally get concussive shots, so it gets easier. But then, you know, there are certain points that mobs get a little bit more stronger, and they actually get to you pretty damn fast. And starts to get really annoying, as half of the time you have to spend fighting them in the melee. The worst part being that a lot of hunters actually start with a simple dagger. And yeah, that's why it's so annoying as well. If you have a 200, it's not so bad. Like, the auto attacks do deal quite a lot of damage, but those daggers are so annoying, it's crazy. I remember that very early when they actually introduced this zone. I did try it out, you know, just wanted to see how it goes. And I did make a hunter in here, and it was awful, and mostly due to the fact that she had a dagger, like the elf, and it was really bad. Oh really? So like melee hunter shines only like in the higher levels? Good to know, because I was actually considering taking one. Making one, sorry. Making one. Will I die? I shouldn't. That was close, but... I remember that there was exactly the same building in the Blood Elves area, so that was a calculated risk, let's say. But I think that overall, from like classic leveling classes, when it comes down to the most boring, I would still probably give a warrior. Of course, past level 30 it gets better. Once, for example, in arms you get sweeping strikes and stuff, but oh my god, early on you've got nothing to press. Like heroic strikes and sunders are both so freaking boring to me that it's just crazy, man. I mean, it's not like other classes are super engaging and fun, but you know, you don't even do like any damage. You rely mostly on auto attacks and that's it. It's worse than a paladin even. Paladins actually up until like level, I don't know, 12, 13, maybe even higher, around 20s probably, feel quite powerful. Like Seal of Righteousness still do quite a bit of damage. So it's pretty damn nice. It just falls off quite a lot later down the line. I could possibly go to trainer right now, but to be fair, I will probably have Entangling Roots and a new healing touch, so I don't think this is required to be able to finish off those. Yeah, I mean, on total it's a lot more engaging due to the changes, but I was talking more like about, you know, standard classic. In here a lot of changes, a lot of things change. Like rogues get baseline Sinister Strike that costs 40 energy. It may seem like nothing, but to be fair, in the long run, it's a massive change. Well, I tried that, but yeah, it was over time so freaking annoying. Sometimes you have, you know, tight spaces, you don't have to move or stuff like that, and then you cannot actually perform it. You know, problems, always problems with something. And even like on Warrior, when you finally get this level 40, you get your Mortal Strike, and it's really hard to use it because it's so freaking expensive and your regeneration is awful unless you have some kind of best in slot gear for leveling. Then yeah, it's really hard, mate. I know that the warriors are best in slot class later down the line when it comes down to both tanking, DPSing. But yeah, leveling is a painful, it's really painful. Oh, and I'm actually on the other side. I always preferred like big two-hander. Yeah, I mean, in TWoW a lot of things were changed, so our talks are kinda irrelevant, but you know, I was talking about standard classic, so mostly because I haven't played that much in total, so probably the highest I got was somewhere over level 50 on Enhancement Shaman, and I have to admit that it was kind of cool. The interaction they actually create with the shields, pretty unique thing. But I also remember that for Enhancement Shaman it was actually better to go first into Elemental and grab that talent point that allowed you to get more mana efficiency first and then focus on damage, so kinda unique playstyles, let's say. When it comes down to Standard Classic, if I would say my favorite classes to level up with, I would probably say Warlock first, due to the fact that, you know, you are usually playing as an Affliction, and, you know, in Standard Classic WoW, you don't really have that many buttons to press. An Affliction actually makes it otherwise, because you have all the dots you have to apply, you have to drain life, you have to manage pets, so the playstyle is quite engaging. Of course, later down the line, you just spam Shadow Bolt, but that's not the point. Second class would be Feral Druid, probably. Always loved them, even though most of the time you were also spamming Claw, but you know, there was also Bear form at your disposal in case of emergency and things like that. And later down the line, you also could spend some combo points for Ferocious Bites and, you know, other things like that, so very engaging as well. Mage was, of course, very nice due to the AoE grinding and things like that, but otherwise you pretty much just spammed Frostbolt, and even though Mage class is pretty much God tier, then if I would mark it as one of my favorites, I would probably didn't do that. Even though it's still quite powerful, so... Also, many people say that Rogue is probably one of the best classes to level with, while for me, Rogues are kinda annoying to play, because, you know, there were also problems with hit rating due to the dual wielding. There were also quite squishy due to wearing only leather, and didn't pretty much have any means of healing and stuff like that, so you could only rely on the bandages and eating pretty much. So I do remember this very fondly. I do remember this very well when I was playing with my cousin. We started, of course, at exactly the same time, same level, everything. And he was a druid and I was a rogue. And he was actually so far ahead of me, only because he didn't have any downtime, pretty much, you know, like a druid. You shapeshift, you kill stuff, then you shapeshift out, heal up, carry on. While on my rogue, I had to, like, drink, eat, or bandage pretty much every third or fourth mob, which of course takes time. Also, we don't have additional movement speed from the talents, we don't have... Even like when it comes down to damage, I felt like simple single target was better, but that was mostly due to the fact that, you know, rogues are dual wielders, therefore a lot of their attacks without hit rating will be missed. Therefore, yeah, the conclusion was actually correct. My DPS was smaller, mainly due to the fact that Earl Druid is considered as a single-handed weapon, so, you know, it doesn't miss as much as most of the attacks from the rogues. Therefore, that's why the overall DPS was higher, because yeah, auto attacks are pretty much a big part of the DPS in Classic overall. Like even the Wrath of the Lich King, if you take a look at the logs and stuff, you'll see quite a lot of auto attacks in there. You know, the game was designed a little bit differently back then, so Blizzard, I think, changed to the percentage of weapon damage. Maybe in Kata, maybe not. I think in Kata, pretty much every attack was scaling off of the weapon damage in one way or the other. I think this way it's easier to balance, because you can always adjust those values. And the good thing is that those abilities and classes are then scalable, because the better weapon you have, the better stats you have, the more damage you do per hit, also affects all your skills and stuff. And if you have some of the spells that, for example, are quite powerful on their own but do not have any scaling whatsoever, will very quickly fall off. Who died? Yellow? Who's yellow? I don't know. Ah, here. Yellow art, level 51. Fallen to Angoro Gorilla, level 51. Okay, this interface actually splits my chats into two, and sometimes I still get confused. Okay, we finally got the quest done. Unknown griefer. Okay, then I guess it's good that he died, right? And there we go, he died and I got level 9. Pretty good start, pretty good start. I love it, love it. Okay, let's see what we have here. Most of the Highlands are done. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do on the island. There's also the underwater Nashalaran ruins and a couple of things to do in here, but I guess this will have to be done later down the line. For the moment, I'm going to get back into the city, try to get some rested XP before next time we come in. Unfortunately, I was hoping to get to level 10, but yeah, there are, like, initial gameplay is a lot of walking, doing some errands and stuff. So yeah, it always ends up like that. The good thing is that the bear form is very close, and it's not a very long quest. Underwater suffering, Quel'Danar is pure suffering. Yeah, I mean, pretty much everything underwater is pure suffering. Especially in Classic, so later down the line you've got longer breathing, longer, faster movement and stuff. You've got all the tools to be able to navigate the water, while initially it's, yeah, really painful. That's true. Yeah, we've got Innkeeper in here.
What brings you here?
Got 20 silver, that's actually quite nice. Okay guys, I'm gonna leave the character right here, let her rest, get some more power before our new adventures. Thank you guys for joining the stream. Hope you liked it and enjoyed it. I love to speak to you guys while on live. That's, you know, usually I didn't stream that much, but after my wife bought me the camera and I did finally have the opportunity to do so, then yeah, I absolutely love it and engage with you guys along the way. It makes it so much more fun to do. So yeah, thank you for the day, and I'll see you in the next one, I guess. Take care, bye bye.